no shortcuts. Might have seen no shortcuts. Here to give you motivation and a little bit of inspiration. No shortcuts. Me and the boss ain't easy. Every day somebody needs me. It's no shortcuts. I wake up stretched, say a prayer, coffee and then some fresh air. Time to get it poppin'. I got a fresh 24. Hopefully I'm blessed with plenty more. Meanwhile, I'm thankful for the fire on the inside burning. I keep earning as the world keeps turning. The thing about life is you never stop learning. Hoping everybody Maxwell, Vernon. You make a plan, then you stick to it. Even in tough times, get through it. So get to it. And make sure your family's straight. We going worldwide, you understanding me, mate? Providing a platform where like minds can meet. Closed mouths don't get fed, want everybody to eat. On Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. Tuesdays at noon, let's all get rich. It's no shortcuts. Tell a friend to tell a friend about the No Shortcut Show.
Let's get it.
Yes, yes. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Salutations.
What's
out there in
happening?
YouTube land, Facebook land, Twitch, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Today is Tuesday, February 4th, 2024. We are here with episode 119 of your favorite internet sensation of a podcast / show by the name of No Shortcut Show with Midas and Fame.
Yes, sir. What's up, buddy?
You got it, man. You got it. Let me hold something. It's the first of the month. If I need to hold something, I'm going to text you after the show.
Let me hold $5, somebody.
That's it, man. It's $5 till next Tuesday. I'll cash out you on the back end.
You got it. You know you got it.
Yeah.
James Masters is watching.
James F. Master. Yeah, former guest of the show, faithful member of the community. Say hi as you guys are coming in. We give you guys a shout out real quick, ladies and gentlemen.
Dream Day Charleston watching on the YouTube and in the green room. We'll talk about him in a minute.
Yeah.
Dream Day Charleston. All right.
Yeah.
Brian Park Place
DJB.
Entertainment. Me and Brian recorded half of a show last night. My computer started acting up because my hard drive had three gigs left on it because I hadn't been cleaning out some stuff I was doing. So I had to spend all morning today fixing my computer. Now I have 400 something gigs. But we had to pause halfway through our recording to do the rest of it.
Yeah. Brian, do I have reverb? We're trying to figure. He says hitting reverb, hitting that reverb. We were trying to figure that out in the green room. Do you hear reverb, and how bad or not is it?
Yeah, let us know.
What's happening.
If you hear Midas on an echo or a reverb, we'll see if we can work through it. My man Polsky Bukowski, what up, Dom?
Yes, Polsky Bukowski. We had a great time Friday. We'll get into that in a minute.
Oh, man,
you know, we shot everybody up.
Electric. It was electric, man. That was great. Thomas Neal,
sir.
what up, Thomas?
Oh, yeah. Former guest, Thomas Neal. Former guest, Dominic, a.k.a. Polsky Bukowski. We got a lot of former guests in here today.
So, Brian says you do have the echo, man. It's just Midas and Sam that has the echo.
Yeah.
So,
Sam and I had some echo on our vocals in the green room. We're trying to figure it out, guys. Are you guys able to understand me? There's my brother, the community sound man. We got some reverb today, Matt, I believe. I do.
We don't know where it's coming from because I can't hear it at all. But then
the
two,
I hear
each other with whatever. So it's weird.
We're gonna make it work. If you guys can understand me, we'll keep proceeding.
Tell me if I just switched something. Only thing I can think of on my end, I just fixed it.
My brother says big echo.
Yeah, it's weird.
Still Matt?
It's on the two of y'all too. 'Cause I don't.
Yeah.
We'll work through it.
Yeah, we're live, folks.
We're live. It's a live show, man.
It's a live show.
Hey, Thomas, when you get a chance, Thomas, check out the website. I just redid it. I finally finished redoing the website, and all y'all check it out too. I spent like the last 8 weeks on it.
Which website?
FMG Event Company.
Oh, your website.
Yeah,
okay.
So check it out. Check it out. Thomas is on there.
Oh, he's on there. Okay.
I'm on there.
The subsidiary, perhaps.
Yeah, for sure. So what's up, man? How was your week? What you had going on since our last broadcast?
Yeah. Okay. Hold on a second. I can hear it, but still understand. Just makes you sound old school.
Old school
Famous.
famous. Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah,
have to work
yeah. All
through it.
right, man. Well, we're gonna have to probably tough it through today, though. You know how these things with electronics go, man, and
Yeah.
we leave the settings as they are from week to week. But I guess today just wants to
Yeah.
do its own thing. So yeah, so we last Tuesday was the last time we got here. So yeah, Friday, man. Friday we had a chance to meet up with some some members of our community up in
Yeah.
Fort Mill, South Carolina, at Untamed Waters to assist Mr. Juan Velasquez and Mr. Dominic, Mr. Polsky Bukowski. Yeah, also Matt via Debo is there, via Debo, excuse me.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And we so the Travel People podcast did a live film, and Famous, you were there. You were producing and recording and doing all the things, you know what I'm saying? And
Look at
we
these
got a
guys.
chance to I guess was this the first one of 2025 for the
Yeah,
Travel
this was
People
the
podcast?
first episode of season 2 of the Travel People, and
Okay.
Juan got the great idea to just start doing them on location somewhere every episode, and we'll probably do maybe 3 or 4 in one sitting, kind of like we
Nice.
do with Women Worth in Weddings, just kind
Yeah,
of shoot
shout
them
out to
all at
them.
one time, and then
Yeah.
start putting them out. So we filmed that on Friday. Thank you to all you gents that came
Oh,
through
yeah.
with the new co-host
Yeah, it was
Dom, of course.
Yeah,
And,
yeah. Shout out
I'm
to
in
Jordan and Allison.
I'm in editing mode now, so I think we'll have that ready to be premiered this week. I gotta check with
And-
Juan to
and-
see what date he actually wants it to go out. But
Wants
yeah,
to
it's premiering
release.
this week.
Yeah, and I got a chance to talk about the new music that I recorded to launch, the campaign and everything. The Midas I Wanna Cruise With You, which is on all streaming platforms right now. I wanna WANNA, I wanna cruise with you. So yeah, so y'all follow me over there, look it up, follow me on Spotify, Apple Music, the YouTube, wherever you listen to your music. Midas I Wanna Cruise With You. Check it out. Yeah, and then let's see. So that was Friday, and it was lovely time. Again, shout out to Jordan and Allison, the owners at Untamed Waters. Such hospitality, beautiful location there, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to go check out a brewery that has some good food and everything, some wonderful ambiance, definitely go to Untamed Waters up in Fort Mill, South Carolina.
Yeah.
Saturday I was off. Sunday. I was not off Saturday. I was at Swanee Theater. I forgot.
Yeah, that's
Swanee
right.
Theater with the chairman of the board. Yep. So and shout out to Miss Robin Barbie. She came out and hung out with us. She always comes out when we're in Kannapolis and everything. So that was our first chairman of the board show of 2025.
Okay.
And it was good, man. It was very good. So we just looking forward to warming up a little bit. We do have a couple of shows Valentine's weekend back to back, the 14th and 15th. But yeah, just getting the rust off a little. And then Sunday I was at Mount Dewell Baptist Church being the minister of music there. And then we did my mom's 71st birthday dinner in Florence, South Carolina.
Moms.
Yeah, my mom did something different. She gave all the kids $1,000 on her birthday.
Whoa.
She gave us a band, you know what I mean? Put it in a paper clip around her boy. Yeah, on her birthday we were exchanging gifts and everything, having dinner, and then she gave my brother, myself, and my sister gave us $1,000 cash, all hundos. So
She
yeah,
ain't give
mom is
nothing
cool
to
like
her
that.
adopted
Man.
son / play cousin though. I see what happened.
Yeah. You got to write a letter of intent.
That's all right. That's right. Happy birthday, moms. Happy birthday, mom.
Yeah,
Sure.
mom.
And of course,
Yeah,
we talked about that last week. Your mom's birthday is the same day as my wife's.
as Emily's.
Yeah, so we had a good time, man. I took her out to dinner on Thursday. We went down to Colombia to one of them Brazilian places. I forget the name of it now, but the ones where they just bring you meat all night long.
Yeah,
Tell them to
yeah.
stop. We did one of those.
Yeah.
We did one of those on Thursday night, and then she went away for the weekend because my oldest daughter, well, not my oldest, but the oldest of the ones that still live at home.
Yes.
She had a cheer competition in Hickory, and
Okay.
we were all gonna go, but then it was like a 2-day thing, and we was like, the younger ones ain't gonna really be rolling with that. So the two of them just went, and they got a spot up there in Hickory for the weekend. So I was home on daddy duty all weekend long. Having a good time. Went to church Sunday, and then they got back Sunday evening, and we chilled out. Man. Chilled out.
Yeah, and your kids. I was gonna say your kids did a segment on the Travel People podcast.
That's right.
You know?
They did a segment on the show on Friday, so they're all looking forward to seeing that too. And
Yeah.
yesterday I went to did the prison ministry, man. We went up to Kershaw Prison, did some work up there. I hadn't been in a while, so it was good to be back in there. Since Emily was home yesterday, she was working from home, so I was able to head over to the prison because she was going to be able to get the kids from school. So I was like, yo, if you're going home, I'm going to prison. Let's do it.
Hey.
Did that yesterday. And then I shot the first half of a Grammy recap show with Brian Park last night, but we didn't get to finish it, so we go.
Yeah, I was wanting to do that with you guys, but I was going Sunday, and I was like, man, I haven't had an opportunity to do my due diligence to be a part of it in the capacity which I would like to. Oh, don't forget your ginger son. I'm telling.
So yeah.
I think she has an appointment today, but she always catches the replays anyway, and she'll comment. So yeah, shout out to my mother, always, showing support, man, and not just with no short, because it's been that way my whole life. My mom and my dad,
Matt, let me hold something, Matt. I know you got it.
My brother's here. Smooth sales in the house.
I'm gonna hit all y'all up for like 200 each. I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna hit your sister up. Let me hold 200. I know you got some.
Yeah, I'm just sitting on mine. Just let it, just like an egg.
For a rainy day, come in handy for sure.
Yeah, because they coming. A rainy day is coming. You just never know when.
Absolutely,
So,
man.
I'm not in a hurry to burn through it at all.
Yeah. I'm happy to be back this week, brother.
Yes, sir.
We're back with a guest. We're back with a guest this week. We have a special guest. This is my man. I met this guy. I knew of him prior to us meeting. I knew who he was, because we work in the same field in the same area ever since I started working, doing a lot of that work down in Charleston with Julie. I've been moving and shaking down there. And then, of course, you got to get down there and find out who the man is, right? So
Who's the man?
I found out who the man in Charleston was, man. We had a dinner together a few weeks ago, and then we just started chopping it up. And, just like we always talk about on this show, even though we do the same thing in the same area, it's no competition. It's just community. We started rapping about, how we can, make each other and make ourselves better. Same thing as we do with Brian Park, and with Thomas and all the other DJs in our group. We don't try to compete with each other. We just try to chill out. But this guy right here, he is the owner of Dream Day Charleston, a.k.a. the DJ company down there. And he's a DJ and business owner himself, so we're going to hear all about his story. So, y'all, let's put some applause and claps and ones in the chat for our guy, Sam Warfield. What up, Sam?
What's up? How y'all doing, man?
We good, man. We good. We thank you so much for joining us today, giving us a little bit of your time to get us more familiar with your beginnings and up to your present day with where you are with everything as far as life and your business.
Absolutely, man. I feel like it's a blessing to be on y'all's show. So thank y'all for letting me come on as a guest. Thank you, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
From that first day we met, I said, "Oh man, I gotta have you on the show. You gotta come on the show. Let's come chop it up."
Yeah, man. I appreciate that.
What we were talking about that night, this is what the show is. So I was like, yeah, we got to have you on.
Yeah, dude. I know. I mean, there's a lot of DJ companies. There's a lot of ways to do it. And you can do it different ways. And it's cool to learn from people and figure out like what's working, what maybe isn't working.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how we do, man. And that's the way we always say. There's only 52 Saturdays in the year. I can't do every wedding in the world, but I like to be able to say when I can't do something, hey, I know somebody. I know somebody in Charleston. Like with Brian, me and Brian do that all the time as well. Like I know somebody. Let's go. I can't do it, but I got this guy. Like I sent. Hopefully, I don't know if those people reached out to you, Sam, but I sent somebody your way a couple weeks ago.
Maybe I don't know which one it would have been.
Yeah,
it's been busy. Luckily, DJ and sax player.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I've had a few people reach out with that set of guidelines, so I'm not sure.
Okay.
But thank you regardless, man. I'm sure they did reach out.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I was gonna say too, because like you guys being DJs and y'all do that, and myself being a musician, we do that. So we encourage everybody, whatever your field of expertise happens to be. Instead of looking at others who do the same thing as you as competition, look at it as community, and then you can plug those people in, and then hopefully they'll do the same for you. Just want to throw that in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think there's like an unwritten code with the musician DJ world where, you just try to support each other and don't see everything as competition. Like, you can help each other out, you know?
Yeah.
It's great.
I really found that, especially in Charleston, since I've been down there a little bit more the past couple of years, I found that the Charleston wedding community in general is a lot more close-knit than other places. Like I started doing weddings, like seriously doing weddings in Asheville, and then, moved back to the Charlotte area. And I just found that the Charleston scene is just a lot more close knit than Asheville and even in Charlotte. You know, like people like really, really look out for each other, and the community is tight amongst the whole wedding circle. You know, and I like that.
Yeah, it is. And it's it's kind of a small market, even though there's a lot of weddings. Like word travels, so I mean, you got to do what you say you're gonna do, and just do a good work.
Yeah.
No shortcuts.
No shortcuts. And Charleston's a lovely location as well. It's beautiful down there.
Yeah. It's a good spot. There's so much we could talk about with like how the Charleston market versus other markets, and the price points maybe are different than versus other markets, and so then that presents obstacles with the running a DJ company.
Right. Right. Yeah. We'll come back. We'll come to that.
Yeah, we got to get there. Yeah.
Let's start with you. Man. Tell us about you. Okay. Let our audience know, where you're from and what your childhood was like. What were you into as a young Sam?
Yeah, man. Shoot. Okay. So I've got two brothers. So my parents had three boys.
Oh, nice.
So, house was crazy for them, I'm sure. Obviously, I don't remember the very early years because nobody does. And I guess it was too crazy for them because it didn't work out with my parents. So they split up when I was young, and then kind of had a little bit of a rocky start. So I lived with my mom for a while when I was like 2 to 4, and then lived with my dad for a while, and then my mom moved to Georgia with a new husband, my ex-stepfather. I moved to Georgia. We lived there, and then we moved to Florida. So I was in like all these different schools growing up, which was kind of a bummer. But I always had my brothers with me, so that was good. Yeah. And we're
now which are you, the middle kid or the oldest or the baby? Which one? Where do you fall in?
I'm the baby.
Oh, the baby. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
I'm a baby. Not anymore. I guess I'm a big boy now, but I was a baby.
You're still a little bro to them.
Yeah. The little bro.
For sure.
So shout out to Nick and Russell. Those are my brothers. We're all 2 years apart in it, So I'm 33, they're 35 and 37. But we were always together. So even though we moved around a lot, and that was not ideal, and there were some problems in the home and whatnot, but we always had each other, so that was great.
That's good.
And luckily, so my father's an awesome man. He's a really good dad. We had gotten separated. You know how it goes with. I mean, I'm sure everybody's heard the story of divorce court and who gets the kids and all that nastiness.
Yeah. Hey, we old enough now. Some of us have been through it.
Yeah. So, anyways, when I was about 8 or 9, I finally moved. We all moved with my father full time back in Aiken, South Carolina.
Okay.
So from there, 4th grade up, I stayed in Aiken, one home, which was nice. And so Aiken's kind of my roots from like 9 years old. And then I graduated in 2010 and moved to Charleston. So about 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And I went to the College of Charleston here. And and so I studied business, but I guess I'll back up a little bit. Like growing up, I was up. All my friends we rapped.
Okay.
We would like drop beat. Yeah. So I was like a rapper. Still am, but I don't really produce songs as much in that capacity.
We'll let you kick something. We gotta let you kick something by the end of the show.
Hey, if you got a beat, hey, I'm down.
We always have a beat.
Yeah.
So do you find
nice.
that you're being moving around so much at that young age, did that kind of open you up to different culture when it comes to music? Did that spark your interest in rap because you got to see Georgia, you got to see Florida, what they're doing on there, and you got to see what was happening in the Carolinas?
I mean, yeah, definitely. It kind of felt like I was a little bit of an outcast in these classes that I was in because I was always the new kid.
Yeah.
And we weren't like, I don't know, we weren't like the rich kid. I wasn't a rich kid. I wasn't in like the cool kid circle at that point when I was younger, kind of like in the outcast circle. So in some regards, it made me feel at least in touch with people that were kind of minorities or whatever.
Yeah. So music was like your refuge.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know it at the time, but maybe that's where it came from because it came to me easily. And I also sang and stuff too.
Oh, okay.
But as you guys both know, music is an outlet for people. Like you get lost in it, you lose the track of time when you're in it and when you're like in a flow state. And for some people it comes naturally. Some people, I guess it doesn't. I don't know.
Yeah. Was there something that specifically got you into like singing and rapping? I mean, like, was it like stuff you were listening to and you're just reciting the stuff you're listening to, or were you around some people that were kind of doing that? I'm just interested in how you started gravitating toward that.
I mean, the singing thing was just always like, even before my voice changed, and it never got super deep, which is kind of sad, but I used to like sing Mariah Carey. I used to love like, this is kind of funny, but Pink had an album, and I don't remember the name of it, but it had a lot of songs about like a struggling family. I remember she had a song called Family Portrait, and it's really nice. It's got a good message. It's like basically saying like, in our family portrait we look pretty happy, but like basically, and I really connected with that one because the family at that time was like just really split up.
Was that Misunderstood album?
I think it was.
Was that the R&B one? Or was that before? Was that after she dropped the R&B Pink? You remember R&B Pink?
I don't remember. I kind of fell off
Pink's
train.
Yeah, Pink's very first album, she was like straight up R&B, and she had pink hair, which is why she was called Pink. But it was just an R&B album, and then she a few years later she did a rebrand and went with pop music. But yeah, I was thinking about that R&B album yesterday.
I gotta go back. I gotta go back and do my due diligence on Pink.
She's got some good songs. I forget what the album was, but that one connected. And I don't know. I don't know why I started singing or like thought I could sing, but But I would sing girl vocals when I was a boy. Like when I'm talking about like 7, 8 years old, I would sing vocal. But that kind of, I don't know, this is kind of interesting. Both of my parents went to college on singing scholarships. Coming out of smaller schools, but they could sing. So I guess it was just kind of, I was just around it a little bit. And then in high school is when I really, my friends and I grew up on Lil Wayne when he was having his like historic
the mixtapes, the No Ceilings. That's some of the best rap that I heard in my life.
Yeah. Like the Gangsta Grills mixtapes, and I don't know. I found my crew in Aiken, and I found like a good set of dudes, and we were kind of like, we were just close, and we had like one of my boys, Carl, shout out to Carl. He had this house out in the country, and we pretty much could just have parties there. We were lucky for that. I don't want to spread too much information about all that, but
yeah, definitely not.
Trouble. The limitations has not expired yet.
Yeah, they haven't fully.
So, but we would always be in the lunchroom and just like dropping beats on the table. Like everybody would add a melody and then beatboxing, and like someone would add a chorus or like add a whatever, and then we would just we were just doing that. But that was like everybody, not everybody in school was doing that, but it was like, I feel like in that time frame, maybe it was popular to just like do acapella, beatbox, rap, freestyle. And but we definitely liked Lil Wayne, how he'd had all the metaphors and similes and like we would try we would try to come up with creative lyrics and stuff. And I just took to it, and I got like started making beats and Cool Edit Pro, which is an old DAW. Remember Cool Edit Pro? I remember I pirated. Well, shouldn't say that either, but I got that one.
We all did it. Well, shout out to LimeWire.
LimeWire. Wow.
LimeWire was crazy. Yeah. So I just started like making songs on Cool Edit Pro. I would take an instrumental and then I would just do the vocals and the layering, and I'd figure out how to like spread the vocal and how to like ad-lib it and make it sound full. And all through high school, I was making beats. And then in college, I was still doing it. I kind of wish I pursued it harder because I did have some really catchy songs. But I kind of fell off. I just started focusing more on academics. And I was in business school. So, everybody at that time in 2010, that was like, well, it was just the right thing to do in terms of, do you want to be successful or not? That's like the message that you got. Like, you got you need to get an internship and you need to have straight A's, and which is true. But like, also, if you're passionate about music, you can make that a career. But maybe it only works out for the.
And we had to learn how to weave it in.
That's exactly what happened to me, man. It was a few years earlier than that, but when I was in high school, I did an internship at a radio station. And then of course everybody tell you got to go to college for business so I went to school for marketing. That was my major when I first went to college the first time around, and it just wasn't in me, but that was just what they told you were supposed to do. So it's good, you got to make that decision at some point and say, this just isn't my jam. What was that like for you when you had to make that decision to move on to something else?
It wasn't like I made a decision. It kind of fizzled slowly. I didn't make like a decision to like, I'm done rapping, I'm done making music. But as I did focus my energies into the full-time jobs that I ended up having, like the music took a back seat to and also some of the messaging at the time, I was a little more immature. It wasn't like professional messaging in my songs. So I saw that as a conflict with my public persona on LinkedIn and like getting how I was presenting myself to the world. I was trying to be like this guy that could be a valuable asset to your company because I want a job. But in the same token, my music might have been about girls and other stuff that wasn't necessarily on board with my resume. And so it was like a conflict. I had to like pick a path, and I just kind of picked like the business, path where I was going to get a good job and make money and all that,
Him saying that reminds me of like how I try to construct the things that I create today and I write, man. I like to write music where everybody can listen to it, even the people that I go to church with. I think that is a better representation of who I am as a whole. And we can get on here, we can write raps about this and that and make stuff up or whatever, but I like writing stuff that I can stand behind and anybody can listen to it. My parents can listen to it. My son can listen to it. I don't curse in my records and all of that stuff. So I think it's just I think that's important as an artist. You want to write things that are that align with who you are as a person.
Yeah,
but I've been there too. Immature in the 20s and all
that. Speaking of not cursing though, I just thought of this real quick. I heard this recently, and I haven't fully fact checked it, but I checked the last couple albums. But Method Man has not cursed on a record in like the last 15 years.
Oh, wow. Okay. I didn't even know that.
And I haven't gone back that far, but I listened to like his last couple albums. I listened to him again. I'm like, yo, that is true. He has not.
Yeah. And he's a respected, definitely a high level MC. I mean, it's not.
You can't tell. If you're good at it, you can't tell.
Yeah, exactly. You know exactly.
He's such a wordsmith anyway. You're not missing the fact that he's not
true.
But yeah, that was pretty dope. I thought that was cool.
And Midas, I feel similar to you. Like, I've thought about making music again. I've been We can talk about this, but I want to. I will. I can, but like I got to make the time for it, and it's been a really busy few years for me. But
yeah, that's where we're going next, man. I want to hear. About
if I was, it would be like you said, messaging in song stories that are, I don't want to say family friendly, but they would be above board where I would feel comfortable with anybody hearing it. Because I got kids now too.
Exactly.
And if they, I mean, if they can find you on LinkedIn, it only takes 2 or 3 more clicks where they're gonna find the other stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's very important. I saw I did, you remember we had Matthew Campbell on the show, and then I did his podcast, the wedding music podcast that he does. And I did this like a year ago. My father-in-law, my in-laws came to the house for Thanksgiving or Christmas, whichever one it was. And he said, yeah, I just saw you on this podcast. And like, he's 80 years old. I don't know how he came across Matthew Campbell's podcast on YouTube. He's like, yeah, I saw you on this podcast with this older guy talking about wedding music. I was like, what? How did you find that? You know?
Yeah. I mean, you'd be surprised how things circulate to people's algorithms. And we don't know the specifics of how it works. But once it's out there, it's out there.
So you got to be careful how you put yourself out there for sure.
Absolutely.
Sam, I want to move on to DJing, man. When did you start DJing, and then when did you know that, you know, it was going to be a thing?
Man, this is kind of interesting. So I graduated. I'll start a little before that. I feel like I need to. So I graduated college. My first, I had lined up actually a couple jobs, but I picked this one at a software company called Massage Book. And their software is for massage therapists to use. But anyways, basically I worked there and I learned a lot of skills, basically problem solving for people, helping them use their accounts, but like lots of emails. So I got good at like emailing and writing really quickly and problem solving and customer service. And then I started working at a animation studio doing marketing, and I learned more about like logo design, branding, website design, like WordPress building, a little more complicated stuff, not crazy complicated, but so I learned those skills. And then I got kind of burnt out at those jobs. I went back to serving tables. I always had worked food and bev throughout, even high school and then college to make money. So I always had like that ability to serve a table and give them a good experience. And
nice.
I went back to that because I got burnt out on these office jobs, I would call them. These full-time office jobs, they weren't, the pay wasn't good enough for me to be like, this is where I need to be. And so I was like, if I'm going to sit at a computer all day, like I'm only going to do that for a lot of money. To be honest, I mean, that's how I thought of it, because I didn't love sitting at a computer all day. And I went back to serving tables, and I met my now wife back around that time, and long story short, she started working in assistant wedding planning. So there's a planner. Yes. So Felita, I don't know if y'all know Felita Pinkney, but she owns a wedding planning company here in Charleston. And my wife was assisting her and working in the wedding space. So this is before I even started DJing, but I had always like made beats and rapped and produced. So I always had a good feel for flow and beat. A good ear for like being on beat and all that. And in college and high school, I was always a guy with the iPod. I was in control of all the party music.
Let me plug up right quick.
Like I had the mixtapes downloaded. I was the LimeWire guy. Like I had all the dope music for the parties. So I kind of knew like what bangers were popping from back in 2010 era. And my wife though was at these weddings, and she was like, "Hey, like some of these DJs are good, but some of them aren't very good. Like they're not even mixing. They're just like slamming songs together, but they're making like good money." And I was like, "Can you ask Felita like how much on average these DJs are making? Like I'm kind of curious because I think I could maybe do this."
The light bulb went off.
Yes. I was like, I don't like these office jobs where I'm making not enough money. But I'm grateful for the skills I learned at the ones I had.
Absolutely.
Anyways, my wife, the light bulb went off, and I was like, I think I can DJ weddings in Charleston and make a lot of money. And so I actually bought a controller and started just teaching myself how to DJ at the house. Like no events, but just teaching myself like how to beat mix and like blend and stuff like that. And then shout out to David Fox from Bun DJ Company. Bun DJ Company, as I don't know, Midas, you might know them. I know that Famous knows.
Is that the bun guy you reference to sometimes?
Yeah, Joe.
So Joe.
Yeah, so Joe Bun owns Bun DJ Company. It's a real big DJ company, and they do a great job. And David Fox runs the Charleston division. So I had reached out to David and just kind of introduced myself, like, hey, I'd like to learn I'd like to DJ for you, basically, and start doing events. So I started doing events with David, and then now I realized this was kind of like not acceptable, but at the time I didn't understand the game. But I did tell him up front early on, like, hey, I'm interested in making my own company, because I need to make more money, and I'm just letting you know that. And he was like a little bit shocked, but he was like cordial about it and was like nice about it. But I could tell I bothered him, and rightfully so. Because
you told him that up front. You told him that initially.
It was within like a few first couple months of working with him.
Okay, gotcha.
So I might have waited too long. I still don't. I've already kind of apologized to him multiple times. Like, hey, I wasn't trying to like trick you. I didn't know the game, but I did a lot of work for him in the early years. I know I made him a good bit of money, but it's still, I just don't feel good about how that happened. But I did tell him I was upfront about it, and I did make my own company. And I was working for both companies, his and mine, and to the point where, like, I had too much business.
Yeah, I think that's cool, man. I don't necessarily think you should feel bad about that. You weren't stealing his clients or his connections or anything. I had a similar situation when I was in Asheville. I started because I didn't know anybody in Asheville. I've been DJing for years, but I didn't know anybody in Asheville. I didn't really do many weddings at that time. I was doing more clubs and stuff. And I got connected with a guy named Ben, and he owns Sound Extreme in Asheville. Ben Sikorsky, that's my man. And he said he just had one thing. He just said, just don't try to get my venues to book you separately. Like if you meet somebody on the street or somebody wants your card, that's two different things. But just his clients were mostly the venues, So he just said, as long as you don't try to encroach on my venues, we good. So I was doing work for him. And even when we moved back to South Carolina, I was still traveling out there to do work for him while I was building my own thing. Because kind of like with you, while I was working under him, I started to learn things like, this is an actual business. Like, I didn't know that the wedding business, as far as DJing, like this was an actual business. So I learned a lot through working with Sound Extreme to, start my own company once we moved back to South Carolina. And it's been, I think, 6 years now. But I don't think that's something you should beat yourself up about.
All right. Well, thank you.
Yeah. Because I mean, he's gonna find out. He's gonna find out anyway. So you might well tell him up front. As opposed to like it being a surprise, right? So I mean,
I did do that.
Yeah, exactly. I think you're clear, man. I want to ask you a question as we move on with that, though, because I'm jealous, and I told Brian the same thing with Park Place Entertainment, man. Y'all got some great names for your business. Park Place Entertainment is amazing, and Dream Day Charleston. Gosh,
it's good.
I thought of that 10 years ago, man. Dream Day Charleston. That's an amazing brand for a DJ company. Did you do a?
Thank you so much.
A name generator and come up with that? Like, where did that come from?
This is actually funny, man. My wife's dad, so my father-in-law, he helped me with the name.
Yeah.
We were brainstorming names at his house, and I was writing down all these names. I had a notepad, and I had like Big Day and like, I don't know, a few other ones. I mean, he was like Dream Day. Let's do Dream. He actually came up with it. I can't even credit it to me. My wife's dad, and he has, he's out of the market. He's never been in marketing. He's never been in any. He just sometimes you need that outside perspective.
Right.
Absolutely.
We overthink it when we're inside. We overthink it.
Yeah.
And that goes right to the point, right to your client, the potential brides and grooms feel that because they want their dream day. Like
dream day.
And I appreciate it, man. And I feel like it works for non-weddings too. Like anybody that's having a party or an event wants it to be a dream day.
Yeah.
So
That's how Brian answers the phone right there.
Yeah, it's a Dream Day.
It's the Dream Day at Park Place Entertainment. I'm gonna help you.
Like a robot.
Yeah. That's almost like Welcome to CC's. Huh?
Gosh,
that's a good collab right there. A Dream Day at Park Place.
Yeah, nice, man.
Yeah,
I love it. So what
maybe
was
in
that
2027 we'll take over.
Okay.
What was that first wedding like, man? When you did the first one, the first one under Bun, but then the first one in your brand as well.
So that's kind of a crazy thing. Is that my first wedding I brought to Bun?
Okay.
So he's not gonna put somebody on a wedding immediately that isn't like verified, and so he took me. He was working with me, but he was like, you're gonna have to start on like grocery store gigs, like non-serious events where you can kind of just be background music. And so he didn't put me on weddings originally, but I got my first wedding lead through a friend, but I didn't feel ready to like put it through my business processes as far as contracting, payment collection, even having the brand power to like ask for the sale. Like I didn't feel like I had enough business clout or whatever. I didn't feel ready. So I went to him and I was like, hey, this is like a wedding lead that want to book me and actually want to book my company, but like I'm not ready for this. Can we just book it through your company and you take some money and like I'm fine with that? And he was like, yeah, for sure. Like let's do it. And we did, and then I got a 5-star, like a really good 5-star review, like a glowing, like with like a full paragraph. Yeah. And he was like, I think he saw that and was like, okay, good. This is a good sign. He can do weddings. So that helped me like kind of move up the wedding ladder with his company. But my first wedding just came to me through a friend, and I was so nervous. Like I was but I was practicing as much as I could at my house. Getting all the playlists right, like top 100, top 200, but plus bangers that are not on that. And it worked out, but I was very nervous. It wasn't a good feeling.
Yeah. I just want to know what grocery store gigs are there. My grocery store doesn't have a DJ.
Like grand openings and stuff.
Yeah.
It's weird, man. Like Harris Teeter will do it.
Like out front.
Yeah, out front. Or sometimes they'll put you in. I mean, they just do different stuff.
Yeah, that's nice though. That's nice. But but I get the point. I was making a joke, but I get the point what you're saying. Something a little like laid back and all eyes aren't on you, so to speak, where you just get your feet wet and get comfortable with playing the records and being in front of people and things of that nature.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Very nice.
Yeah, we'll send you down. We'll send you down to Aldi's grand opening, but you're not doing
Aldi's. Yeah. Shout out to Aldi's.
Yeah, we'll let you play in Costco for now.
That's good.
I did one for Xfinity. Like they had just a retail store where you can like go get your pick out your internet. They did one, and like I did that, and just like non-critical gigs to start.
Yeah. Like you said, background
Absolutely.
music.
Yeah, laid back.
What was the process like, and what was any struggles you had when you were, starting your business? What did you find as you were learning in the process, like what that was like? What were some of your struggles?
Man, there's so many things that go into it. I think one of the hardest parts is you have to learn how to talk to people, not just on the phone and in person, but like your language on your website, the language in anywhere where you're showing up online, communicate a message that is honest and that you can deliver on, but also the bride or the client can read and then feel comfortable trusting you with their wedding day. So just learning what words to use and how to communicate with brides that are ready to find their DJ. That's like a big learning curve, because you have to switch from like I to we as well. Like,
that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, it's like even before I had multiple DJs and before we were like bigger, I started talking in we's, and like we was really just me and my wife, but and she would help with some things, but mainly it was me. But that was an honest we, because there was her anyways. You have to kind of start changing the way you speak to people. But the hardest thing has been scaling with DJs, like doing a great job in DJing a 5-star service. That it was hard. It was every wedding has been nerve-wracking for a while, but like I got good at that and like I feel comfortable with that. So like that got easy for me. But then the hard part is definitely like scaling with DJs and keeping them happy, keeping them paid appropriately. Having the best talent is hard to find because usually the best guys, maybe they already have a company. So that's probably the most challenging part is scaling the DJ like beyond yourself.
Have you had any DJs yet that's branched off to start their own?
Yeah. I was actually working with one guy who I knew he already had a company, and so I was hesitant to bring him on because I could tell that he was going to be promoting himself pretty heavily. But I was
one of those.
Yeah, and he's a nice guy and he's a good DJ, but it wasn't a good fit for what I'm trying to build. But backstory, like I pay more than any other company that I know of in the area. Like I'm trying to pay a lot to these people. I want the best people. I want to keep, and I do a lot of work for them on the back end. There's a lot that goes into booking stuff and planning and prepping the weddings and everything. But anyways, there was a DJ that I had to let go, and it was on cordial terms. But I just saw that like every event he would get, he would be like posting it on like his channels, and I don't know, it just didn't work out.
Not giving you any credit for the, you know what I mean?
Here we go.
Famous knows something about that. He wasn't he just posed like he
don't
booked
even
it
tag
himself.
your company on.
Wouldn't say, "Hey Sam, thank you for the opportunity."
Well, so he would and he wouldn't. I don't know. I don't want to like get in too much into it, but
I got you.
Yes, essentially it was
joke.
like it was the wrong fit, and you have to be like, instead of like, okay, good word of mouth travels fast, bad word of mouth travels faster. It's a small market, and he just wasn't the right fit for what I'm trying to build. And like I say no to people often, like every week, multiple events, I'll turn them down because we don't have the capacity, we don't have the right DJ for the event. There's a lot of DJs that I could go just throw together and make money on it, but like that's not what I'm trying to build. I'm trying to build a luxury brand where we can command a higher price point than the other companies because of we do things differently. Which we can talk more about that, but so I basically had to like let him go.
I like that, man. I like that outlook.
Shout out to him.
Shout out to him. I feel the same way about that too. Like I feel like, and I don't know how much everybody pays their DJs, but I remember one time telling another DJ that has a company how much I was paying at the time. And he's like, "Why are you paying that much? You're doing all the work," you know, that kind of stuff. But I kind of felt like I want to pay enough that if you get another inquiry on your own somewhere, you're not going to leave me high and dry because you can go do this gig for $600. You know what I'm saying? So I want to make sure,
secure
that
gig, right?
what I'm paying is worth you saying no to everything else on that date, you know, because it's
Smart.
going to be hard to get the DJ on October 11th. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it always goes up. But that's important stuff to learn, man. I want to, if you haven't already, Sam, you should check out Curate Entertainment.
Okay. I don't know Curate.
They're out of Florida, and the owner, his name is Malik, and Malik, he just did a webinar last week that I watched, and this one was all about what you're just talking about scaling and managing other DJs and like and getting that environment, you know, that positive environment with your staff and stuff like that. It was so cool, and he's actually going to be rolling out a new product just about that for DJs. But
oh really?
I get a lot of my inspiration comes from either Bun DJ Company or Curate. And Malik is the guy, man. He's so cool. And we were on it was a Zoom webinar last week.
I was just I gotta find that webinar. You think it's on YouTube?
Nah, it was in the DJ's vault.
Oh, okay.
So it was just on Zoom. It was like a private thing. But he mentioned that he's gonna be rolling it out starting because at the DJ Collective, he's gonna be rolling out a new product where you can just kind of sit with him and talk about all these things for like $100 or something. But it's so worth it. He's been really good. We've worked together on some of my branding and stuff like that, and he's awesome. But yeah, check out Curate Entertainment and DJ Malik, Malike.
Very nice.
Yeah, he is the man.
Thank you, man. Yeah, I'll check him out.
Same story. He was just DJing himself for years, and then he decided to build a company out of it. And they've been a company of DJs for maybe 4 or 5 years now, but he's like blown up all over the place. Like he's DJing in Portugal and Spain and all kinds of stuff.
Oh wow!
So, yeah, it's
amazing. The sky's the limit, huh?
Yeah, like Brian said, it's nice to see other DJs carry a high standard for their company as well. So, that's why we have Sam here, man.
Which means you got to say no sometimes.
Yeah,
you do,
based on your standard. You know,
you do, man. But yeah, so I think I got my first DJ back in 2019. And we only did he did 10 events that year, and then the next year he did well, there was COVID, but then he did 20. I don't know. Now he's doing a lot more, but I was saying no too many times to a point I was like, I need somebody, but
the
right people I think the right people are everything.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah, because you want to have a good fit as far as people that I guess can fall in line with your brand and help you deliver a good product. Such as Dream Day, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. You don't want it to be Nightmare Day.
Yeah, you want it to be
gosh. Don't stress me out, Midas.
Yeah, no problem. I apologize.
Get your little Meek Mill Dreams and Nightmares.
Yeah, absolutely.
I played that at a few weddings. That one goes off.
It does.
Oh yeah.
That's one of those that never fails. It never fails.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So Sam, if we have some people watching, man, that are on the fence about either starting their own company or they're on the fence about expanding it and scaling and bringing on help, not just in the DJ world, but we do the same thing in all types of environments and ventures. What would your advice be?
Well, I think my advice is that you're going to have to like managing people. If you want to scale something, you have to be okay with managing people. And managing people is hard because they're not they have problems. People have problems. And things come up, they got kids, they got situations, and basically if you want to scale something that involves people and not just selling a course online, just be ready to work and realize that you work for them. They might be representing your company or brand, but you as the owner or the CEO, you work for them first. And by working for them and making their lives and their job experience good, then they can treat your clients properly. But if you're not okay with managing people, because it is not for everybody, and you're not willing to be on your phone often, and you're going to be kind of tied to your technology, and you don't want all that commitment and constant basically things to solve, then I wouldn't recommend it. But if you're into that and you want the ongoing chaos that comes with
it costs to be the boss.
That's right.
It costs to be the boss. Heavy is the head of he who wears the crown. These are things that people don't think about. They see all the glitz or glamour or whatever, however you want to say, with having your own company and things like that. But it's a lot to it. It's a lot to it. So
man,
that's good words, man. Good words.
Absolutely.
Good words. And you got to tell the people how they can find you.
Yes, please.
If they want a Dream Day, or follow you on social media, whatever the case.
So dreamdaycharleston.com is the main website, but Instagram would just be Dream Day Charleston.
I'm gonna follow now.
A little bit of action on YouTube, not a lot yet.
Okay.
Facebook, Dream Day Charleston everywhere, TikTok. But I would say Instagram is probably most active.
All right, I'm headed over to Instagram and follow you.
Yes, everybody follow Dream Day Charleston. Brian Park says, as a boss, it's every day I'm hustling like Rick Ross.
Man.
That's right.
Yeah.
Every day.
That's
with
right.
with the screwed voice.
Follow Dream Day Charleston.
Thank you guys, man.
Okay. I think you're already following me.
I just followed you this morning, Midas. I was trying to check out.
Okay, because it sounds like, why does it say follow back?
Yeah, I just followed you this morning.
I think
you got I think you said you got a boy, you got a son, right?
Yep. Got one son is 11 years old. My guy,
nice,
Isaiah.
man.
Yeah,
yes,
buddy.
sir.
That's awesome, dude. My son, he's 2 years old now, but
okay.
I got a girl on the way as well.
Okay, you've been busy.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
You got time to make some songs.
Yeah, I guess I need to make some baby making music, apparently.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah, kill two birds. You know, make the baby making music, they gonna make a baby. All right.
Yeah, congrats on the baby upcoming. We're gonna have you back. We're gonna have you back as a co-host, Sam. So we won't be interviewing you. You'll just be a part of the rotation, man. Whenever you're available, we'd love to have you come back and just host the show with us, and let's just chop it up for an hour or so.
Absolutely, man. I can come up with some good questions. I'm very inquisitive, so I'd love to ask your guests some questions. I'd love to ask y'all some more questions down the road when the time is right.
Absolutely, man.
We'll do that. James says, good show. Thanks for sharing, Sam. Best to you and your enterprise, and congrats.
Hey.
Thank you, James.
Sam, you got to join us over there on Facebook and the No Shortcuts, the community as well.
Absolutely, man. I'll do that right when we get off the call today, for sure, man.
We interact over there and everything. Well, we certainly appreciate you coming through today, man. It was great, you know, to get to learn more about you, and especially Dream Day Entertainment and all the things you got going on. Oh, this is the Boss Lady.
Shout out to the Boss Lady. She's
great show. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We had to shout her out for as far as Friday too. She was there. I forgot to mention your name. I'm so glad you.
Thank you for those photos on Friday. That was amazing. And before we roll out, stay with us, Sam. We're just gonna close out here, but I also want to mention this Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday. We are doing the benefit for the Havens Men's Shelter. It's going to be at the Magnolia Room. The Super Bowl party fundraiser, raising funds for the Haven Men's Shelter. I'll put the link in the comments as well if you want to. It's going to be food.
Put it in the community, too.
It's going to be drinks. It's going to be football. We're going to have raffles and stuff during halftime, games and everything. Yeah. So we'll put the links out there for you all if you want to join us.
Yeah, and Famous and I will be there
to purchase tickets for that on Sunday.
It's a no shortcuts event on Sunday, ladies and gentlemen, for a good cause. Absolutely. I'm excited about it.
The other thing is, I was chatting with Stephen Loney this morning, and he was trying to invite me to an event that he was having on Super Bowl Sunday, and it's at the Haven, and it's just a coincidence. He's actually doing this at the Haven's Men's Shelter.
Wow! So the Haven is winning all the way around. Then.
Exactly. So I'll put the link in there as well. His is no charge. You can bring some food if you want to. And that's at 4 o'clock on Sunday, and we'll put all those links in there. And then if you want to come through the Magnolia Room with us for the fundraiser, food, drinks, everything catered in.
Man, it's gonna be fun
on Sunday. You know what I'm saying?
I guess we're gonna be doing a little commentating, a little performing, whatever else there is to do to entertain for the fundraiser. Shout out to, I see my guy, one of our chairman of the board, vocalist Patrick McGuire is in the comments. Hey man, thank you for joining us. Executives in the house, chairman of the board. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for joining us today. You know, so we just looking forward to. I think that's all I got going on this week is just that event on Friday, the Mellow Groove. My guys, we're opening up for Kendrick, Grammy-nominated Kendrick and the Family Soul here in Rock Hill at McGirt Auditorium at 7:30. So if you guys follow me on Facebook, I got it posted there where you can get your tickets. But tickets are also available at the Pharmacy, spelled F-A-R-M, Pharmacy here in Rock Hill. So you guys check us out Friday, and then then Sunday. I was gonna
try to get you to come with me on Friday because I was gonna be at the weddings are back.
I'm gonna catch one.
the Breakfield at Riverwalk on Friday, so I'll be doing a wedding up there in Rock Hill.
Yeah.
And you'll be on the other side of town in Rock Hill, but it's all good.
Yeah.
If y'all in LA, come on through the Breakfield.
Okay. What yours is? Yours starts at what?
It's like 5 to
7?
10. It's a 5 to 10.
Yeah. See, we don't even play till 8. I think doors open at 7, and we play 8 to 9:15.
It might be.
And we got to stay set up to the end because they don't want to. Yeah, come down. It's gonna be lit.
I might come through.
Yeah.
That's cool. What you got coming up, Sam?
Man, just weddings.
Yeah.
A bunch of weddings. Weddings. We got with sax players too, which is nice. I got one Friday. I got a wedding with a sax player, and then the next weekend the same thing. And then the next weekend I think we had like 4 or 5 weddings maybe.
Nice.
So they're back.
Coming down to Charleston.
Yeah.
Coming down. Play some keys at somebody's ceremony. Let me know.
Dude, that would be sick.
Yeah, let me know. Famous. You know, I've done it for him. Or we do music during the reception as well. So y'all let me know.
Yeah. All right. Cool, man.
Yeah.
Just keep me in mind. Yeah, and we appreciate you guys toughing it out with the echo today. Hopefully, we get this echo and reverb situation resolved by next week. But long as the words were, how do they say, intelligible? Is that the word? They put it up on the As long as the words are intelligible, we got the job done. So hopefully, we won't be saturated in reverb next week. But we thank y'all for joining us. Sam, thank you again.
Thank you.
Famous.
Thank you guys.
Famous for producing and co-hosting and everything. Thank you guys for joining us in the comments. We're going to let you guys get back to your day. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you, Instagram. Thank you, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We'll see you guys next week. Sam, stay on the line. Peace and love, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your week.
Peace. Thank y'all.